You're carrying something heavy, something that wasn't meant for your hands. Maybe it's guilt. Guilt from years ago. Guilt that plays on repeat in your mind every time you close your eyes. Guilt that whispers you're not worthy of forgiveness, that you've gone too far, that you've messed up too many times, that there's no coming back from what you've done. Maybe it's anxiety, a weight in your chest that never fully lifts, a fear that whispers, what if everything falls apart? What if you're not enough? What if you fail? What if the worst-case scenario actually happens? What if everyone sees that you don't have it all together? What if the facade finally cracks and they see the real you? Maybe it's responsibility. Responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. Burdens you picked up because no one else would. Expectations you're breaking yourself trying to meet. Standards you can never quite reach. People depending on you in ways that drain every ounce of energy you have left. Obligations that suffocate you, but you don't know how to say no to. And somewhere along the way, you started believing it was all on you. That if you don't hold it together, everything crumbles. That if you don't carry it all, you've failed. That being strong means never asking for help. That being faithful means never admitting you're overwhelmed. That love requires you to sacrifice everything, even your own peace. That your worth is measured by how much you can endure. But can I tell you something? Something that might change everything? God never asked you to carry that. He never intended for you to bear this weight alone. He never designed you to be crushed under the pressure of trying to be everything for everyone. If this message finds you today, it's not by accident. Stay until the end. There's a difference between what God gives you and what you pick up on your own. There's a difference between walking with Him and walking alone, weighed down by things He never intended for you. There's a difference between the burden He places on your shoulders and the burdens you pile on yourself because you think you have to. You were never designed to carry guilt that He already paid for. You were never meant to shoulder anxiety about a future He's already holding. You were never supposed to bear the weight of everyone else's peace while losing your own. You were never called to fix everyone. You were never meant to have all the answers. You were never created to be the savior of your family, your friends, your world. But you have, and it's crushing you. I know you feel it. In the quiet moments, in the middle of the night when sleep won't come, when you're staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations, analyzing every decision, wondering if you made the right choice, worrying about what tomorrow will bring, thinking about all the things that could go wrong. In the mornings when you wake up already exhausted, before your feet even hit the floor, before the day has even started, you're already tired, already overwhelmed, already dreading what's ahead. You feel it in your chest, this heaviness that won't lift, this tension that never goes away, this knot that's become so familiar you've almost forgotten what it feels like to breathe easy, to feel light, to experience joy without guilt attached to it. You've tried to manage it. You've tried to stay strong. You've tried to keep pushing forward. You've told yourself, just one more day. Just get through this week. Just make it to the weekend. Just survive until things get better. But you're tired. So tired. Tired of pretending you're okay. Tired of holding it all together. Tired of smiling when you're breaking inside. Tired of being the strong one. Tired of feeling like you're one step away from completely falling apart. Tired of carrying weights that were never meant for you. And maybe you are breaking. Maybe you've been breaking for a while now. Maybe you've been so busy carrying everyone else that you didn't notice the cracks forming in your own foundation. So focused on keeping everyone else afloat that you didn't realize you were drowning. But here's what you need to know. Your breaking point is where His grace begins. The place where you can't go any further, that's where He steps in. The moment when you have nothing left, That's when listen, really listen. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Not, try harder. Not, figure it out. Not, prove you're strong enough. Not, push through it. Not, fake it till you make it. Not, suck it up. Not, be stronger. Come, just come. As you are, broken, tired, overwhelmed, guilty, anxious, exhausted. Bring the weight. Lay it down. Let him carry what you cannot. Because here's the truth you need to hear today. That guilt you're carrying, the one that keeps you up at night, the one that makes you feel unworthy of love, of peace, of forgiveness, the one that plays your worst moments on repeat, the one that convinces you you're beyond redemption, he already carried it. 2,000 years ago, on a cross, he took it. Every mistake, every regret, every moment you wish you could undo, every word you wish you could take back, every decision you wish you could remake, every sin you've committed, every failure you've experienced. He didn't just forgive it, he removed it. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Think about that. East and west never meet. They go on forever in opposite directions. You could travel east for eternity and never reach west. That's how far he's removed your sin from you. That's how completely he's forgiven you. That's how permanently he's dealt with your guilt. You're not defined by what you did. You're defined by what he did. Your identity isn't rooted in your mistakes. It's rooted in his mercy. Your worth isn't determined by your failures. It's determined by his love. And he's not asking you to earn your way back. He's not keeping a scorecard. He's not waiting for you to prove yourself worthy. He's not demanding perfection before he accepts you. He's asking you to come home, to stop running, to stop hiding, to stop punishing yourself for what he already forgave, to stop trying to make up for what he already paid for. That anxiety, the one that keeps you paralyzed, the one that makes you feel like you have to control everything or it all falls apart, the one that has you playing out every possible scenario in your mind, the one that steals your sleep and robs your joy, he's already in your tomorrow. He's already in next week, next month, next year, 10 years from now. He's already there. He's already working things out that you can't even see yet. He's already arranging circumstances. He's already preparing the way. He's already orchestrating details you don't even know need to be orchestrated. He's already moving pieces into place. He's already working behind the scenes. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know how it's all going to work out. You don't have to see the full picture. You don't have to understand the process. You don't have to figure out every detail. You just have to trust the one who does. Because while you've been losing sleep over what might happen, he's been preparing what will happen. While you've been trying to control the outcome, he's been orchestrating the miracle. While you've been carrying the weight of uncertainty, he's been holding your future in his hands. And his hands? They're stronger than your anxiety. They're steadier than your fears. They're more capable than anything you're worried about. They're the same hands that calmed storms, that healed the sick, that raised the dead, that created the universe, that hold the stars in place. And they're holding you right now, even when you can't feel it, even when you can't see it, even when everything feels chaotic. He's got you. And those responsibilities, the ones that feel like they're going to bury you, The ones that keep piling up with no end in sight? The ones that make you feel like you're drowning? Some of them aren't yours. I know that's hard to hear, especially if you're reading this right now, because you're the kind of person who steps up. You're the one people call when things fall apart. You're the one who carries what others can't or won't. You're reliable, dependable, the rock everyone leans on, the problem solver, the fixer. And somewhere along the way, you started believing that's your purpose, that your value is in how much you can carry. That love means sacrificing yourself completely. That if you're not exhausted, you're not doing enough. That if you set boundaries, you're selfish. That if you say no, you're failing. But it doesn't. Love doesn't mean destroying yourself to keep everyone else whole. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. And God is not asking you to run yourself into the ground trying to be everything for everyone. God is not asking you to be everyone's savior. He already sent one. His name is Jesus, and he's not asking you to do his job. He's asking you to be faithful, not perfect, not superhuman, not invincible, not unlimited, faithful, to do what he's called you to do, and to trust him with the rest. To know the difference between your assignment and your assumption, between what he's asked you to carry and what you've picked up on your own, between what's yours and what belongs to someone else, because not every need is your call. Not every problem is your responsibility. Not every person is your burden to bear. Not every crisis requires your intervention. Some things are meant for others to carry. Some things are meant to teach others to stand on their own. Some things are meant to draw people to God, not to you. So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. What are you holding on to that God is asking you to release? What weight are you carrying that he's been gently whispering, that's not yours? What burden have you been trying to manage on your own when he's been standing there, arms open, saying, give it to me? What are you clinging to out of guilt? Out of obligation? Out of fear of what people will think if you let it go? Out of shame? Out of pride? Out of the belief that you have to handle everything? What would happen if you actually let go? What would happen if you trusted God enough to release control? What would happen if you chose your peace over people's expectations? Because here's what happens when you finally let go. You don't fall apart. Everything doesn't crumble. The world doesn't end. You start to heal. You start to breathe again. You start to feel lightness you forgot existed. Joy you thought was gone forever. Peace that seemed impossible given your circumstances. Hope that rises even in the darkness. You start to see that God wasn't distant. He was waiting. Waiting for you to stop trying to do it all. Waiting for you to trust him enough to let him carry you. Waiting for you to realize that his grace is sufficient. That his strength is made perfect in your weakness. That you were never meant to do this alone. Subscribe now. Let these words become part of your daily strength. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Not some of it. All of it. Every worry. Every fear. Every sleepless night. Every tear you've cried alone. Every panic attack you've hidden in the bathroom. Every moment you've felt like you're drowning. Every burden that's too heavy to carry. Every responsibility that overwhelms you. He sees it, he knows it, and he's not overwhelmed by it. He's not frustrated with you. He's not disappointed in you. He's not keeping track of how many times you've failed. He's big enough to handle what's breaking you. Think about that for a moment. The God who spoke the universe into existence, the God who holds the oceans in his hands, the God who knows every star by name, the God who keeps the planets in orbit, the God who designed the complexity of a single cell, the God who breathed life into humanity, ... He's inviting you to bring him your burdens, not because he doesn't have anything better to do, but because he loves you, because you matter to him, Because your peace matters to him. Because he sees what this weight is doing to you, ... And he wants to set you free. He wants you to experience life, not just survival, not just getting through the day, but actually living with joy, with peace, with hope, with freedom, the kind of life he designed you for, the abundant life he promised. So today, ... right now, wherever you are, put it down. That guilt, lay it at the cross. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Jesus took it. It's finished, done, paid for, forgiven. That anxiety, give it to him in prayer. Speak it out loud if you need to. Write it down. Tell him exactly what you're afraid of. He can handle your honesty. He's not shocked by your fears. He already knows them anyway. Those responsibilities that aren't yours, release them back to him. Give yourself permission to say no, to set boundaries, to choose your peace over people's expectations, to prioritize your well-being, to take care of yourself. You don't have to carry it anymore. You were never meant to. God never designed you to bear this weight. And I know what you're thinking. I can almost hear the objections forming in your mind. But if I let go, what happens? If I stop controlling everything, won't it all fall apart? If I stop carrying this guilt, does that mean I don't care? If I set boundaries, will people think I'm selfish? If I admit I can't do it all, will I be seen as weak? If I stop being the strong one, who will hold everything together? No. It means you're finally trusting the one who actually holds it all together. It means you're admitting you're human. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. That's humility. That's faith. Because God never designed you to be strong enough to carry everything. He designed you to need him. He created you to depend on him. He made you to walk with him, not to do it all alone. And when you finally lean into that ... when you finally stop pretending you have it all together ... when you finally admit you're not okay ... when you finally acknowledge you need help, that's when his strength shows up. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Your weakness doesn't disqualify you. It positions you for his power. Your inability doesn't make you a failure. It makes you dependent on the one who never fails. Your breaking isn't the end. It's the beginning of something new. A new way of living. A new way of trusting. A new way of understanding what it means to walk with God. Not as someone who has it all figured out, but as someone who knows the one who does. Not as someone who's strong enough, but as someone who knows the one who is. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to earn his love. You don't have to be enough on your own. You just have to be his. And when you are, he becomes your peace. He becomes your strength. He becomes the lifter of your head when shame tries to keep it down. He becomes your rest in the chaos, your hope in the darkness, your anchor in the storm, your refuge in the overwhelm, your comfort in the pain. He becomes everything you've been trying to be for everyone else, but this time it's for you. So hear this today. Really hear it. Let it sink deep into your soul. You are not your mistakes. You are not your anxious thoughts. You are not the weight you've been carrying. You are not what you've done. You are not what's been done to you. You are not your failures. You are not your fears. You are not your inadequacies. You are loved, fully, completely, unconditionally, eternally, not because of what you do, not because of how much you can carry, not because of how strong you are, not because you have it all together, but because of who you are, his child, his beloved, his creation, and the God who created you, who knows every burden you're carrying, who sees every tear you've cried, who hears every prayer you've whispered in desperation, who understands every fear that keeps you up at night, ... He is strong enough to carry it for you. He's willing. He's able. He's ready. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to trust him, to let him be God, to let him carry what you cannot, to let him do what only he can do. So take a breath, right now, a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Release the tension you've been holding in your body. Relax your hands. Feel the weight you've been carrying. And say it out loud if you need to. God, I give this to you. I can't carry it anymore. I trust you with it. I trust you with my guilt. I trust you with my anxiety. I trust you with my future. I trust you with the people I love. I trust you with the things I can't control. I trust you with my failures. I trust you with my fears. I trust you with everything. And then let him take it, not halfway, not partially, not temporarily, completely, fully, permanently. Because here's the promise. When you give God your burdens, he doesn't just take them. He gives you rest in return. Not just physical rest, not just a moment of relief, not just a break, soul rest, deep rest. The kind of peace that doesn't make sense given your circumstances. The kind of strength that rises up even when you feel weak. The kind of hope that whispers, it's going to be okay, even when you can't see how. The kind of joy that exists even in the middle of the storm. The kind of rest that restores your soul. That's what he offers, not because you've earned it, not because you've worked hard enough, not because you've proven yourself, not because you deserve it, because he loves you. And his love is not based on your performance. It's based on his character. And his character never changes. He is faithful. He is good. He is merciful. He is compassionate. He is strong. He is able. Always. So stop carrying what was never yours to carry. Stop punishing yourself for what he already forgave. Stop trying to control what he's already holding. Stop exhausting yourself trying to be God. Stop breaking yourself for everyone else. Let him be God, and let yourself just be loved, be held, be carried, be cared for, be protected, be comforted, be restored. You're not alone in this. You never have been. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not too much. You're not beyond help. You're exactly where his grace can reach you. And his grace? It reaches all the way down to your deepest pain, your darkest moment, your most shameful secret, your most terrifying fear, your biggest failure, your greatest regret. And it's still enough. He's still enough. And he's saying, come, rest. I've got this. I've got you. You don't have to do this alone. You were never meant to. The weight you've been carrying, the guilt, the anxiety, the responsibility, it was never yours. And today, right now, in this moment, you can finally put it down. You can finally breathe. You can finally rest. Not because everything is fixed. Not because all your problems have disappeared. Not because life is suddenly easy. But because you're not carrying them alone anymore. He's with you. He's for you. He's in you. And he's strong enough for whatever you're facing. So release the weight. Trust his strength. Walk in his peace. And accept the freedom he died to give you. The weight you were never meant to carry. It's time to let it go. Today, right now. Put it in his hands. And watch what he does with it. Because when you let go of what's breaking you, he replaces it with what will heal you. When you release the burden, he gives you his peace. When you surrender control, he shows you his power. This is your invitation. This is your moment. The God of the universe is standing before you, arms open, waiting to take the weight you were never meant to carry. Will you let him? If this brought you peace, subscribe. There's more hope waiting for you here. Strength shows up.